What's up, everybody? This is a real authentic cooking with Trish because I'm not glam. I just really want to make chicken parm, and I found this new person that I'm like obsessed with. The last time I made chicken parm was a Babish chicken parm. It wasn't like bad, I just don't think I was that good of a cook back then. And this new guy, I'm like obsessed with the way he like does cooking videos. His name is Joshua. I think I'll link it below. So good, this chicken parm. I've been craving chicken parm everywhere we go. I'm like, I want chicken parm, and there's just no place else good chicken parm. So we're gonna make this like really crispy. We're gonna put like the melted cheese, mozzarella, parmesan. I'm just like really excited. I hope this works. It seems like a lot of steps, so I'm like a little. The sauce itself seems like a lot of steps, but we're gonna do something exciting. We're gonna add bacon into our sauce. I've never done that. I like bacon. It's very finely chopped. You'll see. But that's like our secret sauce ingredients. And yeah, I feel like I've kind of nailed sauces lately. So this is chicken parm cooking with Trish. Take it. All right, so he said in a cold pan to put 3 to 4 cut pieces of bacon. So it's a cold pan, okay. And then he said over medium heat to add the olive oil. So we're gonna do medium. And we're going to make it till it's crispy, and then we're gonna add some olive oil. So I have no idea how this is gonna turn out because we've literally never had bacon in a sauce before. But I'm excited. It seems like, oh shoot, it seems like a lot of work for a sauce, but we'll see. So I've been stirring it to get it crispy, the crispy bacon. And so once it gets a little crispy, he said to add in, he has like a pepper, like a red hot pepper thing, but we couldn't find that. It was literally like, I don't know, you can go look. Which I'm kind of bummed because like I feel like that would add to it, but that's okay. So we're gonna just add in, he has red pepper chili flakes, so we're gonna add that in, which we like anyways. So a little bit of that. I don't want to overwhelm it. I love red pepper chili flakes. And then we're also gonna put the cloves of fresh garlic in there, which is delicious. I love fresh garlic in any dish. Fajitas, pastas, all that. So again, we're just gonna do it till it's crispy. Isn't this such a complicated sauce? Usually I'm just like, oh, just give me some of that Prego, you know? Warm it up, put Italian seasoning in it, call it a day. But we're gonna make this nice and crispy too. And it's all over medium heat. It literally smells so freaking good. Mmm. Fancy. Oh my god. I don't eat that bacon. I just can't even imagine how this sauce is going to taste. Like, is it going to taste that different? I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to do it till it's crispy. So now we are going to take the, like, what do you call them? Like solids, I guess? And put them in this bowl because we're going to cut them up even more. Which it just seems like a lot of steps, so I really hope this makes a difference. So we're gonna just put all the crispies, I guess, in one spot. Oh, there's more crispies. Hold on. I'm sure there's like a better way to do this, like scoop it out or something. Okay. So now we have these crispies, and we're going to cut them up super fine, and we're gonna leave this here for the crushed tomatoes. They're about to go in there. So now we have our finely cut crispy bits, and we're gonna put them back into the pan. And honestly, it smells so freaking good. I'm like kind of, again, I think the true test will be like tasting it. Like, does the sauce taste different than just Prego? Because it is a lot of extra steps. So we're going to just go ahead and put that in. And I still have it over medium heat, so we're going to just keep that. And then put in our crushed tomatoes. Okay. And that was hotter. Kind of splashed everywhere, but that's, you know, I don't know what happened. Okay, I think that's okay. He had it in the same pan. Okay, we're gonna just stir and blend. Alright, as we know, sauces are not my specialty, but you know. Well, oops, I guess it's okay, okay. Everything's fine. Maybe I should have turned the heat off when I poured that in, but oh well. All right, we're gonna stir this and let it sit, simmer, stir, cook, I don't know, for 15 minutes. And I'm gonna prepare the chicken breasts. Just kind of like our good old-fashioned chicken breast that we normally do. He does it the exact same way, so I think that'll be really easy. Okay, so this is how I do all our fried chicken, which we do like a lot. It's literally the same technique. It's like no difference. I'm just gonna whisk the eggs beforehand. I'm gonna whisk. So now that we have the egg wash, super, super easy. We take our chicken. I'm gonna start with our biggest chunks of chicken. They're super, super flat. And we're gonna just try to find the biggest chunks for our chicken parm. Some of this we're gonna just fry up after, but looks pretty good. It's a good chunk, good chunk. Yeah, the other kind of like strips. It's a good chunk though too. All right. Well, so we do the flour. And coat all of it. Like he's really adamant about coating all of it. So I'm gonna coat it all. And then do the egg wash. I'm gonna coat this too while we're at it. These look so good because they're like really thin. Okay, so then I try and do the dry hand, wet hand technique. So we're gonna just coat it all in egg wash. I mean, who wouldn't want to bake it in egg yolk? But yeah, this is just good as is too, like before you put on the cheese for the chicken parm. So I'm gonna just make sure every inch is covered, as he says. All right, and then put it in the panko. I'm gonna just go ahead and do this one right there, and then I'm gonna come over to the panko. So I'm gonna just wash it in egg. Get it really coated all over, and then same thing with the panko. I'm gonna just like really make sure it's coated in there. This actually looks so good. I'm so excited. Just put a little dry on top because you want to make sure it don't fall off. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna put that over here so that can go into the toasty. We already have the oil going up. So now we're gonna take this and do the same thing. Just really coat it with the panko crumbs. It does get tricky because if your hand is like wet and dry, then it's like, okay. But this looks so good. I think it's every piece covered. So we're gonna just mush this up. And we're going to put those in the fryer. So those are the chickies. We're going to let them cool. And then we are going to finish off our sauce. It's almost done, so we're going to just do a little salt. And a little pepper. And our water is boiling. But honestly, we should have started the water a little earlier because everything's coming together really quickly. So do that, and then we add a small pinch of sugar. Because he said it balances out the acidity. I don't know. I never heard that, but I put a little pinch in there. And then you can put in some Parmesan. We're gonna mix some with the mozzarella, but we're gonna put some in the sauce as well. So we're gonna mix the Parmesan and the mozzarella for the top. And yeah, this is the final step. Just kind of mixing this in for a few minutes. There's a lot of sounds going on. We have chicken frying, water boiling. Chicken is boiling. I know, totally. That chicken looks so good too. I love the thinly sliced ones. Okay, so now we have our chickies. These are the ones that are going to go into the oven. So we're going to take our sauce and we are going to put it over, as he says, generously over the chicken. We put them on cooling rack so they're like a little cool. The sauce is still very hot. Sorry. All right, so we got it on the sauce. We do have pasta boiling too. So now I'm gonna take the rest of my, so that's where we're gonna use the rest of the sauce, Parmesan, and mix it in with the mozzarella, which yum. I freaking love mozzarella so much. So we're gonna just mix that in, and he does like a stack. So I don't know, we'll see how this works. I guess it's supposed to just melt. Oh. Wow. I'm really going for it with this. It looks amazing and it smells amazing too. So I'm trying to keep it on the chicken, but you know. Just kind of going all over the place. And yeah, we're gonna just go for it and see how that is. So honestly, it looks so good. I am so excited for this, and now we're gonna pop it in. This is our finished product, chicken parm. So excited. I'm really excited to try the sauce. I'm curious to see if that made a difference. And then you have your schnitzel over there, because most just like the dry schnitzel, but for the sake of the video, we broiled it. I should have. The broiler is the secret. I didn't do that last time with my chicken. Oh, it's like steaming still. Literally steaming. How's the sauce?
It's really good. It's really, it's kind of a garlic sauce. Like you taste garlic.
Really? Well, I guess there was a lot of garlic cloves in there.
I'm saying like you don't really notice the bacon.
Oh yeah, that cheese though. Oh my god. Not at all. Okay. Broiling chicken parm is like so good. It's so crispy. Yeah. The cheese is so good.
It's such a different flavor for the chicken.
The cheese and the broiling, you mean?
Yeah. So what do you think? You're the chicken parm.
Honestly, so good. I'm obsessed. I have to get more of that cheese to taste it, but it's seriously, I'm blown away how crispy it is, because so many times you go to restaurants and it's like soggy. Let me see. Because the cheese is kind of, say, like a pizza.
So good. It's like the crispy bite.
I mean, yeah. And the sauce.
The fresh mozzarella was so good.
Yeah, it was surprising. I guess we don't really cook with it that much, but look at this, just like steaming. No, it's so good, because like, everywhere we go is either like soggy, the chicken breast is either way too crunchy or way too big. Wow. Whew.
Yeah, usually when I see your chicken, it's like they over fried it. The chicken is so thin, there's like nothing there. Like you don't feel that there's chicken inside of it.
No, this is like so good. You like it? Because you're not a big chicken parm. I love the cheese, it's like kind of burnt. Now we know to broil it. So yeah, because I had it in the oven and I was like, why are they not doing that like pizza-y cheese topping? That's so good.
So the sauce, right? It's just garlicky.
Yeah. Do you think it was worth all the extra stuff? Like the bacon was a lot. Like this is my sous chef, so he cuts everything up. So for me, easy, just throw it in. I could do it all day long. But like, do you think it's worth Or just maybe just the garlic. Maybe the bacon wasn't the main thing.
Probably, like, let's say if we made it with just garlic, then it would taste
Too
bland.
garlicky.
Too bland. Because it's not like, usually we use sauces that have spices in them.
Right.
But here, what did we put? We didn't put much.
We put a little red pepper chili flake.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So,
Salt, pepper.
So the
cheese.
sauce feels very rich. Like, it has a lot of flavors in it.
Yeah.
So I think without the bacon, it will not have that. Like, it's...
I wonder what the bacon adds to it. Just an extra thing, like an extra thing to grasp onto.
Also, it's like... It adds its own, like, oil and fat, you know, like the flavor.
That was the thing that cooked the longest.
Make it thicker and... Yeah.
I am so impressed with this. I'm so excited because I've been wanting... I love it. And it was super easy. Like, once you do the chicken part, like the cheese, especially if you broil it, like, right away, because, again, we put it in the oven first. But if we were just to broil it, it would literally take minutes to add. So if we ever do schnitzel, and you just want plain schnitzel, I can just throw some Parmesan and mozzarella in mine and make some pasta because it's so good. Like, this is like chicken Parmesan is like my favorite dish. I have a whole album called Chicken Parmesan Heartbreak. Like, I love chicken Parmesan so much. We were eating just a schnitzel for a snack because the chicken's so good. And it's different than I normally do. And I think the secret is coating it, making sure everything's coated with flour, every part with egg, and every part with panko. Usually I'm kind of
They
lazy.
were coated perfectly today.
I think if we had less chicken than we normally do, we put so much chicken.
Look at that.
Yeah. That was perfect. Oh my. So good. And this was after like a long day. Like, we weren't gonna even film today. You were like already on the couch. I was like, oh no, I wanted to film. You were ready to watch Once Upon a Time and call it a night. But we had the chicken fresh and the mozzarella fresh. I was like, you know what? Let me just get my ass in there and all our asses in there because, again, sous chef. When you have a husband that cuts everything for you. It would actually be so much harder when I made chicken parm the first time, like cutting everything and like, it's a lot. I'm so bad at cutting too.
No, but it just makes it easier. Because it's like half of the work for me, half of the work for you. So I just chop. I'm like, what next? Garlic, bacon,
You
chicken.
do ASMR chopping, shredding.
I just chop. You know, I don't have to think about the quantities or what to put, not to put.
I'm kind of nailing the quantities. I think I'm getting better at knowing how much to put in things. Yeah, the sauce is really good. It's hard to say because, like, sometimes I make noodles with just the Prego sauce, and it is very watery and kind of bland. This is thicker, more texture.
But also compare it to just tomato sauce, not Prego. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's like,
Because basically, if you put just that tomato, just the crushed tomatoes, salt and pepper, it would not give you this flavor.
yeah, because there is like chunks in it. It's really good. Yeah, I think it's like worth it for sure. It's definitely just added
It's not
steps.
hard. I mean, anyway,
No, it was really simple.
in a sauce you have to either fry onions and garlic.
Which we normally don't do though. I don't.
So here it's like bacon and garlic,
Right.
and then you add the tomatoes.
We should do that more often. I just, again, the chopping always seems hard.
If you want to make it more simple, you could skip taking it out to chop it again. You can skip that part. And then
Make the bacon smaller to begin with.
a bit smaller to begin with, and then have to take it out again. So you just do that,
That's true.
add the tomatoes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Because the bacon disappears completely.
Right. I know, but I was gonna skip it. But I was like, I don't mind bacon. Because at first I was like, I don't like when people put so much meat and stuff with their pastas, but
But as far as, like, there's no chunks of it. They just completely disappear into the sauce.
so good. This chicken is so good. I have like the most perfect piece of chicken with like a little bit of burnt cheese on it. I I'm so happy. I've been craving chicken parmesan and I just could not find a place to get it. This is even better than our Malibu spot. Because the thing again with restaurants, it's just either too dry, too soggy. The cheese isn't to my liking. The cheese is too much cheese, too much sauce. So I put just the right amount for me and it's so good.
Well, there's one more recipe for.
We have so many that we want to redo. And I want to do the Cajun chicken pasta again because that was so good. I think pastas and chickens are like our sweet spot. I should try a beef recipe. We did spaghetti and meatballs. I should try a beef recipe.
Meatballs are good. Well, when you're, because now you just don't crave it, but we usually have the burgers and steaks.
Yeah.
So usually we have more.
Steaks are like kind of easy to cook though.
And then fish when we make that with asparagus.
I could do lobster tails and garlic mash and get the recipe from my sister and follow hers. Because that was really good that night. I could try that. I could try beef nachos. Like, you know how you have the beef like you would put in a bolognese? You could put on top of like cheese. It probably would be good like cheese and...
Or like the carne asada. It's basically like the steak is just cut to very small pieces.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen
so
that.
So good.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. When I had like a carne asada burrito, and it was so good.
Really? Where'd you have
Yeah.
that? We had it recently, right?
At that place today.
Oh, that's what you had?
Mm-hmm.
Was it good?
So good.
I'm surprised you got that. At the brewery.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they had that kind of food in.
Yeah, I thought it's probably just hamburgers and stuff, but they have a lot of good things.
I would see carne asada, but I never know what it means.
Beef.
Oh. Is it Spanish for beef?
Yeah, it's usually beef. What is it? Polo is chicken.
Yeah.
And then
Asada beef.
shrimps.
Ceviche?
That's the called dish. But pesco is fish, like pescatarian.
Yeah.
So fish. And shrimp is shrimp. Oh man. I know it.
I have like no idea. Here, Google it. Google.
Oh, now I forgot it.
Let us know what shrimp is in Spanish. Oh my god, I like wolfed mine down. It was so freaking good. I was smelling it and I was just like, this is just... I love it so much. That broiling option. I think that's the first time I ever used that. I didn't know. I didn't know it did that. I was so impressed. I was like, wow.
You're like, do we have that?
I know. I was like, oh no, he uses a broiler. We don't have that. Like I literally thought. I was like, because I was like, mine wasn't looking like that. And then I was like, oh. Then you showed me the broiling option. I was like, changed my life. The sauce is so good.
Like with the ziti, at the end we can broil it for 2 minutes.
Oh, that'd probably be good.
Because I love when the top is like crispy.
Let's do that.
Like when pasta is just a little bit burnt and chewy. It's so good.
No, our ziti is really good. This almost makes up for, because we were supposed to have ziti this week and we have ricotta, but this is actually like better. I'm obsessed with this. I'm obsessed. This is my favorite.
This is the first time I made it, so next time it's gonna be better.
Yeah, and without filming, it's like always quicker too. Because when we got like set it up, take pictures, boomerang it. But this was like so good. I like it because it's chicken and pasta, so I feel like I'm getting some protein. I'm like shocked I like it.
Tomatoes are healthy.
Yeah. Cheese is dairy. Oh man.
You need calcium from the cheese.
Calcium for my cereal in the morning too. I'm just really happy with how it turned out. Dang.
There's a dish they make exactly the same, but it's with eggplant.
That weird restaurant once when Selvang had it. They had eggplant parmesan. You like eggplant?
Not so much.
You said it just.
No, just in Israel they make that. Like deep fried eggplants are very common.
That's what our friend gets when we go to Philippines.
To Philippines.
Gonna get a meatball. Wow. Did it. I'm so glad I've been wanting to make this too for so long. Next time I want to make like a cinnamon. I've been craving cinnamon, but I'm so bad at baking and anything with like bread and yeast, and I just feel like I'd be so bad at it.
Oh, you're making the dough?
Oh, I don't know. How else would you get it?
I don't know why you make it.
Like Pillsbury.
You just
That just doesn't hit it the same. No, yeah, if it's involving making dough. Because even this guy will make his own pasta, and I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, I'm not going to do all of that. Like, I mean, he didn't for this one, but sometimes they make their own pasta and shit. I'm like, I remember their own french fries at Raising Cane's, their own bread. Like, literally one girl was making it from, like, yeast, the bread for Raising Cane's. I'm like, with the chicken, with the sauce, with the coleslaw, with the fries, all homemade. I'm like, one thing at a time.
Where's the Cinnabon? Where can we go?
The closest one is Woodland Hills. We should go. I feel like every time we go out though, I'm always so full when we come home. I should just go get one. They're good warmed up. Those are also really good warmed up. Like I used to get like 6 of them at the mall and then like warm them up.
So I was gonna ask, like, do they sell them frozen, like, you know, to make at home?
I don't know. But they're good, like, if they're warm and then you put them in the fridge. But maybe they do now. I mean, I love them warm at the mall. Have you had a Cinnabon warm at, oh, you said at the airport.
Yeah, LAX.
Did you eat them?
Mm-hmm. Because there was always at the arrivals. Because I remember whenever you come back to LAX, when you come back home, you just, the smell of Cinnabon in the
Really?
terminal. Yeah, in the
International? Oh my god, I never smelled
it.
it.
The smell of Cinnabon was always there.
And you would get it or no? You just smelled it?
Once in a while, not many. Because when I worked at the airport, like, you know, I was going to college, like, I didn't even have time.
And Cinnabon's expensive. Cinnabons are like
Yeah.
$6.
I would be able to either get lunch or Cinnabon, but not both.
Not me. Even when I was broke, I'd be spending all my money. I'd work a minimum wage job of like $7.50 an hour, and my lunch would literally be like $15, like 2 hours worth of work. That's probably why I was always broke.
When I was in college, I mean, $15 meal was like, wow.
Really? I don't think I knew like the value of $1, how to save
Anything
money.
over $10 was just like splurging.
I'll spend it every day at the Highland Mall. Because people would bring their own lunches. I'm like, why'd you bring your own lunch? Just go get it at the mall. But then I'm like, those people were probably saving money and I couldn't afford my rent at the end of the month, so. Oh my god, that's so funny. I wish I would have known you when you went to the airport. Don't you wish we would have known each other when we were like, you know, coming up, like struggling, like having to eat ramen together?
Yeah, but I don't think you would have.
No, I think there's something romantic. No, that's not true. I did date a lot of people that were eating like ramen and we both couldn't afford it. Like, actually most of the time I'd end up paying for food even though I couldn't afford it either, but I dated a lot of people that are like in studio apartments with their 2 big dogs. Like we'd eat leftovers for days. There's something like romantic about it.
Yeah.
Because then you know you like come up together.
You still are.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because it's like a different path, but that's true.
But we were parallel the whole time. Like when I was in Koreatown, you were nearby. Marina Del Rey.
Yeah.
I was in Marina Del Rey.
And I feel like we could have crossed paths so many times. I feel like you were always just a few years ahead of me in your spots, in your acting, like Craigslist, and like we probably would have ran into each other, but I was a little bit behind. Totally sketch. We could have maybe, but see, you were a couple years ahead of me on that too.
That's probably where it would have happened.
Oh my god, that would have been crazy. That would have been so crazy if we worked together, and you're like Jesus Cologne one, like I was the model for it.
That'd be cool.
That would have been a crazy story, and then like you get together like years later. Yeah, probably back then that I probably would have been like, if you were like in a totally sketch for I'd be like, It's like Jesus. Like I would think, not in a bad way, I would think you're like the Jesus on Hollywood Boulevard or something, and I'd be like, Which again is fine. I had my neighbor Superman, I was on Hollywood Boulevard, but those people usually like did a lot of drugs and stuff like that, so, including me, no shame. So I probably would have been like, this is like Hollywood Boulevard Jesus. There was a Hollywood Boulevard Jesus.
Oh, I remember those.
You never did that?
No, but a few times we had like almost like a face-off. You know, like we would walk Hollywood. Like I would just walk, and he happened to walk in front. Like
really?
We would just cross each other. It was always weird.
That's also really good. Were you dressed as Jesus?
No, I was just myself, but my hair and everything, you just looked like it.
I wish I would have known
It
you
was
then.
always so funny.
You were so skinny as Jesus.
I think he passed away.
Jesus?
The Hollywood Jesus.
Yeah. So the Hollywood Superman. It's really sad.
Oh, and there was a company that reached out to me. They wanted to do a documentary about him, but they asked me to play him. You know what I mean?
After he died?
No, before.
Oh, what year? Do you remember? Because they did do a documentary. It came out on, I think it's on like Netflix or Hulu. It's called Confessions of a Superhero, and the Jesus was in it. It was like 5 Hollywood Boulevard characters they followed.
This one was specifically about him.
Oh.
Maybe, but maybe it might have been that.
Because right when I moved here, they did that documentary, and it was big. It was like a big documentary.
And it was weird because they were like, he didn't agree to be in it, so they wanted me to play him. You know.
And you didn't?
No, because it was weird. It was kind of like going behind his back. Because I was supposed to portray him.
Yeah,
but he
not
didn't want to be
Jesus.
portrayed in that. It was so funny.
That's so odd. I wonder why.
But I was like, meta. That was like
I can
beyond. Because it's one thing to reenact Jesus. It's one thing to reenact the person reenacting Jesus.
Yeah, no, that would be weird. I'd be like, no. That's kind of everything, though, that he was going to get an impersonator to impersonate him. There
were a lot of interesting moments.
That's so crazy. Yeah, we probably would have crossed paths then, too. I stand out there. It's basically like, you're not homeless, but it's kind of like the same thing. It's kind of like the same vibe, just like asking people for donations. Because you couldn't ask them for money. You couldn't say you charged for photos, because that was like illegal, but you're like, hey, we work on tips. So I'd always go out with Superman, who was like iconic, and he would always tell people like, hey, we work on tips. And sometimes people tipped you, sometimes people didn't. And sometimes people were big tippers, like the ones that want to take photographs of us, like photo shoots, like outside of the boulevard. They pay us like $500 to like go to like in and out and like take pictures with burgers dressed as Superman and Supergirl. Pretty cool. He knew how to hustle. I think he made good money. His name was Christopher Dennis. So sad. Such a crazy time, but yeah.
That's the real Hollywood.
Yeah, I have a video. I'll link it below. Remind me. I have a video of him and me in my apartment where he's like flying in my little studio apartment. It was so cool. He did like a levitation trick, and I was like, wow, he's so cool. He was great. But anyway, that was a little journey. And this was actually so good. I had the sauce, just the sauce with the noodle, and I could taste it more. Yeah, it has a lot more thickness, a lot more texture, and a lot more taste. It's a thick sauce. If you just do the Prego or just tomato sauce, obviously it's super thin and watery. I'm obsessed. You like the chicken. You should show you the end of that chicken because the chicken is gone. He doesn't really eat the chicken parm that much, so just to show.
I ate all the crispy parts around.
Oh, okay.
I like the crispiness of the chicken.
No, yeah, no, you don't really like the cheese and stuff. And then that one we ate too. We really like the chicken parm or the chicken breast.
What I would do next time for me, I would put
less,
no sauce, just cheese.
Oh, really?
Because what I notice is chicken parm, like the sauce makes the chicken soggy.
Okay,
but
yeah.
the cheese can keep it. It will stay crispy.
Oh, okay. Would you do it next time? Would you put cheese? Okay.
Because I like the cheese. The cheese gets really crispy and.
Oh, the cheese was just phenomenal. It was so good. Honestly, this is my favorite. If you like chicken parm, like, and I know my taste buds are different than most people, but like I'm telling you, this is like, I love it. Like I want to make it so many more times. I love the sauce. I love the chicken. I love everything about it. It's so good. We crushed it. Damn, I might even snack on that little chicken when we're watching Once Upon a Time. Are you liking that show? Sorry, this is like so long. We should probably go, but are you liking it?
Yeah. Well, it's just started. See.
I always look at your face to see if you like it. I'm like, is he liking this? Because I love it because it's like Disney. And it's like stories crossing, and it's pretty cool, and it's shot cool. But then I'm like, I don't know if you like.
But also like It's not for. It doesn't look like it's for kids, so it's nice. Like,
No, for sure, but it is on Disney Plus. It's not on Hulu, it's on Disney Plus, which I was like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah. I think we could cosplay Jafar and the Queen of Hearts.
yeah, you have her look.
Nice. You have his look. I love it. I love him so much. I have my Lost shirt on because I miss Lost so much.
It will be almost like our proposal.
You were Jafar in the proposal. That's who you were just as. Which is so funny. Everyone's like, why did he do it in Jasmine cosplay? I'm like, I don't know. Ask. Because I posted a TikTok today. And I loved it.
Didn't know.
Yeah, people didn't know. I mean, looking back, like I actually really loved the photos, and I thought we looked really cool in the desert, and you looked really cool in the desert. So I don't mind it. I liked it actually. It was perfect. It was cute.
It's better than just being like regular glam jeans and a t-shirt.
No, for sure. And then we took engagement photos after, so I got to do my glam. It was unique. It was really different.
And it was a surprise.
It was surprising. I was like, oh, she
That's
knew.
why-
I was
that's
like,
why
no.
Go to her TikTok and see her faces.
I was so surprised. I was surprised at the proposal.
You don't get those faces from.
I mean, we had just traveled like 5 hours to get there. You like left the bag in the car or took the bag with you. I don't know. Either took the bag with you or left it in the car. You left it in the car.
Well, we were in the gas station.
And left the ring in the car.
Maybe it was safer.
I would have put it in my
Yeah.
pants or something. I would have put it in underwear.
We got mugged in that gas station.
So I didn't think that. I was sleeping on the way there. Just did not think it was going to be that time. In my head, I thought it was like when we were moving into the house. We already had bought our house. We just haven't like moved in yet. So I thought maybe then, maybe New Year's Eve was coming up. Nope, just December 18th before Christmas. And it was so perfect. It was so, like looking at those photos now, I'm just like, oh, that was like, I was so happy. And I always say this, like the engagement, the proposal is like the best part about a relationship. Like I wish we could like redo it. I mean, the wedding was good, but that's stressful. I mean, babies obviously highlight, but the proposal was just. You did
again.
so good. I know. I wish we could. I was like, damn, that's like something that you can't like redo. But it was so special. So.
You got it right.
And the ring. Oh my god, that ring is so perfect. So it was good. And looking at the photos, I could see like how happy and excited I was, like just seeing through it. I just remember being so excited. I never thought it was gonna happen, and especially with you, I was like, oh my god, so many exciting things together. You and me against the world.
Making chicken parm.
Making chicken parm in our little bubble. All right, I don't even know what time it is. It's kind of late probably, but thanks for watching. Let us know what we should cook next. I want to make Cinnabon. We're gonna cook Moses' one of his meals from Israel. It's like chicken.
My mom's recipe.
Yeah, did you get it?
No, we're gonna talk to her this weekend.
Okay.
She's gonna teach you.
Oh my god, I'm like walk through because she'd be cooking from like 5 a.m. So I don't know. We'll see how that is. But it's fine if it's like just throughout the day, like checking on it. It's not that hard. I mean, it would be hard, but it's something we can manage.
It's worth it.
We should do it on a day like today, where we're not today, but like maybe like a Saturday or Friday where we're not doing any filming. And just kind
Like
of
a weekend on a pool day.
But then it's a lot because we're in the pool. But today, like a day like tomorrow where we're not doing anything would be like perfect. Because this is the real
I
real
keep thinking
us.
tomorrow is Saturday. And today's Friday.
I know, me too. It's one of those days.
We gained one day.
I love you. All right, guys. Anyways, I'll link below the recipe because it was honestly so good. Like, there's so much food here, but I'm like so full. So, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, babe, for being best sous chef and mukbanger with me. See you soon. Bye.